Hello YouTube, hope you guys are all doing really well. Today we are hanging out with one of the most affordable parallel twin motorcycles in India, and this is the Royal Enfield Continental GT 650. This shares the platform, the engine and most of its hardware components with the Interceptor 650. I have done a separate video about the things that I do not like on the Interceptor. You can take a look at it. I will link it to the I button. And let me give you a quick walk around of the motorcycle. So talking about the numbers, this is a 648cc oil and air cooled parallel twin engine. This is fuel injected unit, and this is a single overhead cam, not a dual overhead camshaft engine, and it gets slip and assist clutch for faster and quicker downshifting, and it makes approximately 47 horsepower and it redlines at 7,500 RPMs, and the rev limiter ends at 9,000, and my Ninja makes a peak power at 9,000 RPMs. Again, that's a different motorcycle altogether. So in terms of technology, you know, what it gets is, again, as I said, the basic slipper clutch unit. It comes with a dual channel ABS, and that's about it. There is nothing fancy on this motorcycle as such. This does not get, you know, ride by wire. This does not get any fancy LCD colored TFT dash. This does not get any switchable ABS, traction control, quick shifter, anything of that sort. The switchgear does not light up on it, so that it makes you feel like it's Diwali or Christmas throughout there, like some other motorcycles, you know, you get it. And this does not get any fancy LED elements either. The headlight, the tail light, the blinkers, everything is normal halogen bulb type. And so this is not fancy motorcycle, and that's what exactly their then CEO Mr. Siddharth Lal said, that they did not want to make a fancy motorcycle. They never wanted to make a motorcycle which goes very fast. Rather, they wanted to make a refined product which is accessible by more number of people, and that's exactly what this does. This will not make you jump from, you know, one rooftop to another, making you feel like a maniac. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. And this will not take you to a track to show its, you know, racing heritage or something like that. Again, this does not do anything of that sort. This does not bring anything of that sort to the table. What it instead brings to the table is an ear-to-ear smile each time you look at this motorcycle, each time you sit on that seat, and each time you ride this. That's what makes it so special. And you know, as an Indian, I really appreciate the fact that Royal Enfield has taken a bolder step in, you know, changing their entire brand strategy. They have been known to make vibrating single-cylinder engines all the way, you know, from decades, and now they have come up with this. It's been a couple of years now, and this has changed their brand image totally. So good job, Royal Enfield. Thumbs up to you guys. Now enough of talking, guys. Let's hop on and let's take it for a ride and see how it feels to ride this. Oh, the seat height is, I totally forgot to talk about the seat height. It's like as low as my Ninja, if not lower than that. I can keep both the feet flat on the ground. And the riding posture, the riding dynamics, as I said, it's slightly on the aggressive side, so the foot pegs are positioned back. The advantage to that is that when you stop on the motorcycle in the city, the foot peg will not hit you because it's, you know, way back there, unlike a Interceptor where it just keeps hitting your shin bone all the time. And yeah, so this is the riding posture. It's pretty much similar to my Ninja, slightly more aggressive, but it's not as aggressive as it used to be in the GT 535, which they launched, I believe, 7 years back. And the instrument console again is like very basic. It's a 2-dial instrument console. Here you get the speed, you get the rev counter over here, you get the telltale lights and a small digital display which has an odometer, 1 trip and 2 trip meters, and the fuel level indicator, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing fancy. Alright, so let's fire it up and see. Okay, so there is a slight buzz that I could feel, and somehow I'm not a very big fan of the suspension that you get on the GT, because unlike the Interceptor 650, this is designed, you know, the dynamics of this motorcycle is designed to be ridden more aggressive with the clip-ons and rear set foot pegs and all the, you know, riding posture and all of that. And this suspension does not do much of a justice to that, because again, this, as I said, this shares the suspension and the other components with the Interceptor. That means that this suspension is designed towards comfort and not towards, you know, aggressive riding, wherein it it should have been slightly more stiffer, and that's the reason why, you know, even when the dynamics is still allowing you to, you know, go a little aggressive, have some quick directional changes or do something of that sort, the suspension will not let you do that, because so far I've seen that the rear is literally bouncing all over the place, and that does not give me a lot of confidence. I constantly feel that the rear is going to be sliding off. The same goes with the front as well. So I wish our Royal Enfield could have at least given a slightly stiffer suspension on this, unlike, you know, what it actually gets. And because of the weight of this motorcycle, I don't really think that it's going to be really friendly to ride in the city, because, you know, the front, as I said, is like pretty heavy. But then on the other side, even with this tiny little windscreen on it, I believe that on highways this should translate into a much better riding experience compared to the city, because of the weight. Again, it's going to be feeling very planted on the roads when you're doing high speeds. And the brakes on this bike is like really good. They have a good amount of bite. I mean, the stopping power is really good. This is like at least, I would say, 10 times more better than my Ninja, and this definitely brings the bike to a stop even when you are at a much higher speed. But then on the flip side, the life of this brake is very less. So as far as I know, based on my riding experience, I mean, this would last like 6,000 or 7,000 kilometers if you are someone who likes, likes to ride aggressive. And if you are someone like who is slightly gentle to the brakes, in that case it would last like 8,000 or 9,000 kilometers. But alright, now let's talk about the options that we get, in this price bracket of like 3 to 3.3 lakh rupees. You have the Interceptor 650, which costs slightly lesser than this one. You can either buy that, and that will be a slightly different motorcycle. It will have a much composed, much more upright riding posture if you want parallel twins. Otherwise, you can opt for the vibrating Austrian machines, which are in the same segment, which gives you a lot of tech and you can go really fast. Otherwise, the third option that we have is the German brand. Again, it's the engine is much smaller than this, and it makes significantly lesser power than any of these two motorcycles. But then you will get a big brand image with that, and that's where the story would end. So if I am being asked the question that would have I bought this, or would have I bought the Ninja, or would I have bought the Interceptor, if this motorcycle along with the Interceptor was there in the market, I would have ended up buying the Interceptor, because at least in that motorcycle I know what its limitations are, and I wouldn't be going crazy on the corners or the curves or twisties and all of that, because I know the suspension is soft and the bike wouldn't allow me to do that either. But then this thing is more like a disguise, wherein the riding dynamics, as I said, it allows you to do that, but then the suspension and the tires, it will not allow you to do all of that stuff. So yeah, that's about my verdict about the Continental GT 650. In case if you guys like the video, do give it a thumbs up. In case if you think there is something that I missed, then do let me know in the comment section. And if you have any feedback, suggestions, complaints, whatever, again, we have the comments. You can just feel free to write it down there, and I'll try to improve as I move along further. So thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I hope you guys have a really good time. Ride safe and stay safe. I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.